that plan?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we did yesterday physical and chemical changes introduction. Today you're doing Marshmallow Man. So what you're going to do is you're going to build a Marshmallow Man with marshmallows, okay? The toothpicks are going to be how you hold it together. Now put enough on there for all of you to build your own little mini man, okay? So build your own little mini man. Then you have the paper clips to undo when we get to one of the sections of one of the actions of the Marshmallow Man. The Marshmallow Man has a story that I will read to you. It's a fun story. And then the candle is for what we do last, the Marshmallow Man. So right now you're going to build your Marshmallow Man. So everybody build. Go. You got about 1 minute to build. Use the toothpicks to put the head, the legs, the arms, everything on. Everybody build. Yeah, there is. Plenty. Break them in half. Break the toothpicks in half.
How do you stick this together?
I gave y'all a handful. Toothpicks.
No,
Toothpicks. I gave you a whole bunch. That's because you got them on the floor. Under the table.
They're right there.
I gave you a whole bunch of marshmallows. What? Yeah, there's enough for you to make your own. I gave you a whole bunch of marshmallows. I gave everybody a big thing of marshmallows. I don't know how y'all are already out of marshmallows. Oh, I know. I gave y'all plenty. Okay, share the marshmallows and don't be a marshmallow hog. I gave everybody enough to make a mini man. That means you have to give some of yours up because you hogged them all. Yes. Yes. No, you'll have to make do. I'm not pulling more out. I gave everybody a pile, so everybody has to share. That means you cannot hog all the marshmallows. That's all you get. Looks like a snowman. Okay, 30 seconds. Remember, you are sharing all the marshmallows. That's all you get. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. That's all you get. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, everybody has their voices off. Everybody has their voices off. We're on whole class instruction. Raise your hand if you're going to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
That is much better. Okay, so let's go to our story. I'm going to read to you the tragic story of the Marshmallow Man. Once upon a time, there was a little marshmallow boy. He was a wonderful student who worked hard each day and every day in school. When graduation time came around for the superb young man, he graduated with honors and was accepted to a very high-ranked college. His passion for learning things only grew stronger as he matured. When a new factory was built in town, he yearned to learn all he could about all the heavy-duty machines, how they operated. So he decided to take a tour. Upon entering the plant, a horrible thing happened. He was mistaken for an intruder and was beaten by the security guards. So beat your Marshmallow Man. Grab paper towels, put it on. Get it off the tables. That's disgusting. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. All right. Activity number 1. Fill it out. Activity number 1. Fill it out. Activity number 1. Right here. I just passed them out. Go get a paper. No, get away from my iPad. Back up. Okay, fill out what it is, what type of change, and why. What type of change and why. We are in whole class instruction. Your hand should be up if you have something to say, to share, to add. Everybody should have a pencil in their hand. Everyone should be filling out activity number 1. If I am still saying this, it's because I do not see everyone writing. You have beaten him up. Even though the Marshmallow Man went through such a horrific ordeal, he survived and still had a smile on his face. So, for activity number 1, don't yell it out because we are in whole class. we are supposed to be raising our hand. So what is the action for activity number 1? Action 1. Anara. It's either going to be a physical change or a chemical change. What do you think, Nehemiah?
It's a physical.
Yes, and why?
Because if you still beat it up, but it's still a marshmallow.
Yeah, it's still a marshmallow.
You didn't do nothing
Yeah.
to it. but
You just changed the way it
I
looked.
did.
Okay? So why? You just changed how it looked. So if you're just changing how it looks, it's just physical. If I cut my hair, that's physical. If I color my hair,
It's chemical.
there you go, that's chemical. Because I like to color my hair, I don't like the gray on my hair, so I gotta color it so it doesn't have any grays. Okay, never mind. Okay, y'all didn't think that was funny. Okay, here we go. Although Marshmallow Man was such a sweet guy, after all, he's made of sugar and of marshmallows, he was very, very tough. So he pulled himself together and continued his tour of the plant. As he was walking through the factory, a forklift, which is this thing that lifts stuff up, like this, Home Depot goes, those things, those things, okay. That's the only way I can explain it. It makes that annoying sound. Okay, so the forklift went out of control and stabbed Marshmallow Man. So stab your Marshmallow Man. Stab him. Stab your Marshmallow Man.
Stab him in the eye.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go to activity 2. We're on action 2. Everybody should have a pencil in their hand. You are filling out what type of change. Remember, we are in either physical change or a chemical change. And I added to your study time tonight the definition of physical and chemical changes to help you out. You're welcome. Physical change is going to change the appearance. Chemical change is going to make a whole new substance. So stabbing is what? Raise your hand. So Lolly.
Physical.
Physical. Good. And how do we know?
Because he's still a marshmallow.
This is still a marshmallow. All you did was poke a hole. That's all you did was poke a hole. Now, poor old Lee got knocked down by David, and he has a hole in his jeans now. So what type of change is that? Physical. Then I tried to be the nice little nurse that I'm not, and I put some peroxide on it because it cleans it, and it bubbled up, so those bubbles make a new product. So what type of change is that?
Chemical.
Chemical. Peroxide is always like, peroxide bubbles because it makes chemical change. Okay, so we have a hole in it. Let's go on with our story. Once again, Marshmallow Man being the strong man he was able to recover with a smile and continue on his tour. The heavy machinery in the factory amazed Marshmallow Man. So he leaned in for a closer look. Just as he did, the machine caught his arm and ripped it right off his body. Ripped it off. It was such a horrible thing to see. Blood was going everywhere. The worker called 911 and Marshmallow Man smiled as he was rushed to the ambulance.
Did you
So rip off an arm.
He's so freaking resilient.
Rip it off.
He's ground for
Okay, so you're not eating yet. I didn't say to eat it. I said rip it off. Okay, so go to your activity action number 3. You ripped off the arm. It's ripped off. Okay? Write down what type of change that would be and why it would be that change. Please don't yell it out. Please don't yell it out. Jared. No?
No, wait, no.
All you did was rip it off. That's all you did. What would it be? Why?
Because just ripped on his arm.
Just ripped it off. It's still an arm in his hand. It's still the arm. You just rip it off. It's still an arm. Okay, so this is going to be physical. Because all you did was
Ripped off the
you
arm.
changed the shape. You ripped it off.
Empty marshmallow.
That's all you did. You just ripped it off. Okay, that's it. You didn't create anything new. You just dismembered an arm of your Marshmallow Man. That's all you did. Dismemberment. Dismemberment is not a chemical change. That is a physical change. So when a shark comes up and bites somebody's arm off, That is a physical change. It's a bad physical change, but that's physical change. Okay, let's move on with our story. After an extended stay at the hospital, Marshmallow Man decided he needed a vacation. So he headed off to Cozumel, Mexico to enjoy a relaxing time away from all the chaos he had endured. The beautiful waters of the Caribbean looked so inviting that he decided to join a snorkeling expedition. The fish were exquisite, and he dove down for a closer look. About the time he thought that life couldn't get any better, he turned and came eye to eye with a great white shark.
Oh no!
It was a vicious attack. Marshmallow Man was once rushed to the hospital. He was in surgery for hours, and the doctors did all they could. He survived the monstrous attack, but the doctors could not save his leg. I know. It had to be amputated, cut off with a scalpel. So pull off a leg. May not have a leg left. Okay. Since the doctors did not want this bloody amputated leg lying around, they disposed of it in boiling water.
That's chemical.
Okay. Marshmallow Man was still happy to be alive and had a smile on his face. So activity number 4, boiling in water. Write it down. Don't tell me. Write it down. Boiling in water. Boiling. Think about boiling water. Chemical change is going to create a new substance. Evaporation from the boiling water is not a chemical change. Water can be in 3 states. Water can be solid, water can be a solid, water can be a liquid, water can be a gas. So boiling water, what would that be? Janaya? No? Is it still water even though it's boiling?
Yeah.
Can water be still water hot?
Yes.
Can water still be water cold?
Yes.
Okay, so when water evaporates, it becomes evaporated water. So what is it?
Physical change.
It's physical. A lot of people have problems with this one. Okay, so write this down. Water can be water. It can be in a gas state, it can be in a solid state, it can be in a liquid state. You got to think about it. When you're boiling water, you're not making a new substance. You're just making it hot. Just heating something is not chemical change. Yes?
But I thought we were talking about the leg because it said it boiled in water. Wouldn't that be like something?
But what I said was boiling water. When I say boiling water, I wanted you to think about just boiling water. In reality, we don't boil a leg. It's just for fun. But boiling water. Boiling is always going to be physical because water can be boiled, water can be frozen, ice can be melted, water can be evaporated. It's still water. The air is wet when it's humid because it's full of water. It's called evaporation. It's little bitty tiny droplets of water floating in the air. That's why the air is wet at times. It's humid because the air is thick with evaporated water. People always think it's chemical change. It's not. It's a physical change. Ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay. So after a long period of physical therapy, Marshmallow Man decided to head back home and try to get his life back under control. It was good to be back home. He decided to cook himself a good home-cooked steak. He chose a hearty steak to cook on the grill. Just when he went to put the steak on the grill, the whole thing exploded and caught him on fire. Yes. As you know, Marshmallow Man was a survivor. And once again, don't miss out on the story, and once again survived this unfortunate accident. He was alive, so he smiled. So now I'm going to come and, hang on, I'm going to come and light your candles. You're going to put 1 marshmallow, we're not listening, you're going to miss out. Gotta listen. You're going to open up a paper clip. You're going to put a marshmallow on the end of the paper clip. I will light your candle, and you're only going to put it in the flame for a 1, 2, 3. Not a 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Oh, let's go to 2. 2. No, it's a 1, 2, 3. Because I don't need a bonfire in here. Okay? So you're going to just heat up your marshmallow and then blow it out. Okay, so you're going to heat it up for how many seconds?
3.
And then you're going to blow it out. Okay, all right, I'm coming around to light your candles. let it go. Open up the wick so I can light it. I mean, yeah, pull the wick open.
We don't have any.
Where did the wick go?
I think this is a chemical. I'm pretty sure this is still. We literally catch on fire.
Yeah, go get another candle over there. I don't know why you got such a bad one. You're done. Yes. Okay, by the time I get around lighting the candles, you should be done. It is a 1, 2, 3. It is not a bonfire. It is not a bonfire here.
Can you relight it?
Yes. Yes. You did it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And the fire came out.
Okay, I'm not going to keep relighting it if y'all keep shoving it in there. Okay, 10 seconds. You put it above it. Y'all have got to go out.
This is chemical. It's nothing.
Okay, Urban, freeze. Okay, let's come back together. Okay. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voices off. I'll come back and relight some of them, but let's just finish talking about it, and then I'll come back and relight, okay? Because this is for people that having to do the double eye station and absent people. Okay, so he got burned. So that's action 5. What would action 5 be? Think about it. He got burned. Look at your marshmallow, or at least somebody that didn't make the candle go out. Do you see black stuff? Yes. Okay? Okay, so you see a new substance?
Yes.
Yes?
That's a physical change.
Okay, I have a couple of people that are talking over me. We're in whole class. Raise your hand. Jared.
I see black stuff, but I think
Okay.
it's chemical because that's a new substance made.
You're right. Because it's a new substance. It's a chemical change because it turned black. They don't put blackened marshmallows in a bag and hand them to you. We do like eating marshmallows like that because we taste good. But that isn't how we buy them. That's not the normal way we eat marshmallows. Anytime you cook, okay, so anytime you have a new substance, you have a gas created because smoke came off of it, okay? Anytime you have a new substance, gas, cooking is going to be chemical, not melting. My burgers. Melting is going to be physical. But if I'm cooking, okay, so we have, okay, that creates something totally new. It's a whole new substance. Well, we always eat it because we like it.
Smells good.
But,
Yeah.
Smells good though.
hey, I'm waiting on you to stop interrupting and raise your hand. Stop interrupting, raise your hand. So a new substance is going to be chemical. Cooking is going to be chemical. There was a gas that came off of it because it was smoke. Remember I burned paper yesterday? Yeah, and I had to throw it out the door because it smelled so bad. Now this smells good because it smells like, burnt sugar smells good. Okay? So that is going to be a chemical change because we cooked it. We burned it. We created a smoke. Any questions on that one? Because when you start doing this on your own a little more this week, You've got to use all the notes that we're doing to help you answer the questions. Okay, let's finish our story. The factory tour did not go well. His trip to the tropical islands had been a disaster, and he could not even return home and things go right. So it was time for another attempt at relaxation. He decided to take a trip to the far reaches of the world, an uncharted region of Africa. This was going to be absolutely perfect. Away from all civilization, he could finally relax. So he unpacked his things, set up his tent, and settled down for a good night's sleep. Suddenly, he heard a commotion. Someone or something was outside of his tent. The next thing he knew, he woke up surrounded by savage cannibals.
Oh, no.
Sadly, Marshmallow Man had run out of luck and was eaten by hungry cannibals. Okay, our last action. Before you eat the Marshmallow Man, you have to fill out your action for action activity number 6. The Marshmallow Man could no longer smile because he had no head, no body, and no life. So, action activity 6. He is eaten. Now think about it when you eat. If you are chewing, let's break this down into parts. Let's break it into parts. When you eat something, okay? When you chew, okay? Chewing. First thing you're going to do is you're going to chew. What type of change is chew?
Chemical.
Chew. Just chew.
Physical.
Physical. Okay? Now, what happens after you chew?
You swallow.
You digest it.
Well, you swallow, and then what happens?
Digestion.
Okay, so digestion is going to be what? There you go. So we can break this one into 2 parts. So digestion is chemical because your body breaks down the food. Because it didn't come out the same way it goes in, does it? No. Okay, so you know if it doesn't come out the same way it went in, you know there's been a chemical change going on there. Okay? I'm just being honest. Okay, so we have 2 parts to this. When I talk about eating, and I break it into 2 parts. If you just say digestion, digestion is going to be chemical, right? If I say eat, you got to break it into 2 parts because you're going to chew, swallow, and then it goes into your system and your body's chemicals breaks it down and does its stuff. Okay, questions? Yes, you may eat. All right, stop the video.